Hey, it's Joe AMoia, founder and creator of the GPSforlove.com. And I've got a couple of questions for you. Are you relatively new to the dating world? Maybe you're getting back into it after the divorce or the breakup of a long-term relationship. Or maybe you've been in it for a while and you just don't have any luck. Well, if so, I want you to pay close attention because today we're going to talk about the rules of the dating game. But I'm going to be honest, there are no rules. So what I really want to talk about are the guidelines of the dating game because there's good news and bad news with this. The bad news is that there are no rules. There's no specific set of strategies that you have to follow. And so that's what makes it a little bit more confusing. But the good news is that there are some guidelines. There are some things that you can do. There are some strategies that will help you increase the results you're getting, which will ultimately help you create that great relationship that you're ultimately looking for. So I'm going to give you 3 guidelines today that are really going to help you in your journey. The first one is you got to get clear on what you want. See, what happens, I see it so often with the members of our community, is they just want a guy and they just want a relationship. And guess what they get? They get the guy and they get the relationship. But a couple weeks, couple months down the road, they go, I can't stand this guy. I don't want to be with him. Or you know what? I really like this guy, but he doesn't like me. He doesn't keep his word. He doesn't keep his agreements. And it's not the relationship. It's not the guy I really want. So when you get clear on what you're really looking for, the kind of relationship that you're really looking for, the kind of guy that you really desire, your life is going to become so much easier. Now, once you get clear, that's only the first step. The second is you have to learn how to date. Now, I know some of you out there going, Joe, but I hate to date. And I get it. Nobody hated to date more than me. And what I ultimately learned is that the reason why I hated dating is because I wasn't any good at it. Nobody ever taught me how to date. Nobody ever taught me how to engage other people, how to find out if they were the right person. They didn't teach me on how to get clear. And so as a result, I kept running around trying to make square pegs fit in a round hole. And so one of the reasons why this whole dating thing becomes such a problem for most of us is because we have these things called emotions. We have these things called desires. There are these hormones for women called oxytocin and estrogen, which drive you crazy, which make you do really stupid things sometimes. And you know what I'm talking about. So the first thing you do is you got to learn how to manage your emotions. And once you do that, you have to learn how to make yourself more attractive to the kind of guy that you're looking for. And what I mean by that, it's not how you dress. It's not how you do your hair. It's not the lipstick you put on. It's how you present yourself to that guy. Because the reality is the guy that's looking for you, that wants you, needs to find you. And he needs to recognize when you show up that you're different than all the rest. One of the things that women need to understand is that guys who are looking for relationships are just as frustrated or just as confused and just as pissed off as you are about all the dating games. That's why we're talking about these aren't rules. These are guidelines. These are things that are going to help you create the results that you want. So you've got to learn how to stand out and make yourself more attractive to the guy you're looking for. And we'll talk about that in step 3. And one of the ways you do that is you got to learn how to screen men. Screening men and dating is kind of like an interview process. Think of it like you were going to hire someone. You've got to be clear on what you're looking for. You got to understand the qualities and characteristics that you must have before you give that person the job. And it kind of works the same way in dating. The problem for most of us is what happens is we go on a date, we like someone, we're instantly attracted to them, and we start focusing on the chemistry and all the excitement. Our hormones take over. And then ultimately that wears off, and then we find ourselves 3 months, 3 years down the road with someone, and we're like, who is this person? This isn't who they presented themselves as in the beginning. And I really don't like this person. He's not making me happy. And that's one of the reasons why this whole dating thing gets so confusing. And the purpose here at GPS for Love is to help you figure this out, to get more clear, so you can create the results you want easier and in a more enjoyable way. And so once you learn how to screen men better, your life is going to become much easier. And the third step, which is probably the most vital step, and that's simply to be yourself. I see it all the time. Tell me what to say. Tell me what to do. And I was like, just be you. Show up from day one as you are. If you're looking for a relationship, communicate that. Not from a desperate, needy place, but from a place that, I'm this awesome rockin' woman who's got this great life, and I'm looking for someone special to share it with. Because when the right guy comes along, he's going to love that about you. He's going to respect that. And he's going to want to share his life with you. And any guy who doesn't simply isn't the right guy for you. So in order for you to be yourself, you have to like yourself. You know, I see all the time that, well, if I just got a guy, I'll be happy. And that happens for a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months, but ultimately all your stuff starts coming to the surface, all your insecurities, all your fears, and that destroys the relationship because the guy starts seeing that and he runs away, he gets scared. So in order to like yourself, you have to know who you are. I say it's a lot like a cake. See, the guy is simply the icing on the cake, and the cake has to be whole. It has to be done before you put the icing on. Now that doesn't mean you have to be perfect. I see it all the time. Oh, I need to fix myself. You ain't broken. There's nothing wrong with you. You're simply a human being on a journey, and you simply need to be and express who you are. Now, if there's some stuff there, you've got some insecurities, you've got some fears, you've got some emotional baggage, well, just clean it up. You know, contrary to popular belief, it doesn't take years of therapy to fix this stuff. It's a matter of getting in there, identifying what's really going on, fixing it, and then moving on. And we've all got it. Trust me, we've all got it. And anybody who says that they don't have it is full of crap. So just realize you're simply a human being on your journey, as we all are. And when you find the right person, your stuff will complement theirs and you'll work together to get through this thing called life. Because what I want you to realize, the takeaway from this video, is that the guy who wants to spend his life for you is looking for the real you. The one who's going to open herself up, who's going to be vulnerable in a healthy way, not in an emotionally needy, insecure way, but a way of saying, this is who I am. I'm looking for that special guy to share my life with. And if you can do that, you'll make this whole dating and relationship game so much easier on yourself, and you'll attract that guy into your life when the time is right. Now, I know I've thrown a lot at you, and you might want to go back and look at these again, write these guidelines down. But if you're a little confused, you want to know how to get clear, you want to know how to date, you want to know how to be yourself, and you want to go deeper, I've created a new program, and it's called Dating After Divorce. And it's all designed to help you get clear, not only on these guidelines, but the important things that you need to do to create that happy and fulfilling relationship that you're ultimately looking for. So if this resonates with you, you'd like to speed up your learning curve, all you simply need to do is to click on the link below and check out the program. And if it's a good fit, you want to speed up your learning curve, just take the leap. If I know there's going to be some fears, well, what if this doesn't work? I've tried so many other things. You know what? That's great. That's totally cool. I get that. What I've done is I've given you a 30-day money-back guarantee. See, I stand by everything that we do, and everything we do here is designed to help you create results. And if it's not helpful, you don't feel you're getting your money's worth, as long as it's within 30 days, send us an email and we'll completely refund everything that you've put out. Because I know that this will work. I know it will help you get some awesome results, but I know you've got to get out of your comfort zone. You've got to do some things a little differently. And because that's the way we roll here at GPS. We're committed to helping you not just create a relationship, not just to get any guy, but get that relationship and guy that you really desire and deserve. Because I believe with 100% of my being that he's out there and that he's looking for you. But until you put yourself out there and you show him that you're that woman, he's not going to commit to you. As always, it's an honor and privilege to be with you. If you have any questions, you have any concern, simply send me an email at info@gpsforlove.com and we'll address any questions or concerns that you have. I'll see you next time. Much love.